Number one, I have a friend named Colleen Rue that made a comment on one of my random thoughts, how she would like to make it a personal goal to be mentioned in one of my random thoughts. I did more than mention you.
From Enterprise Reservoir down the Vale. This way you can hold hands, Colleen.
Number two, I think that Sabbath day observance should be analyzed and is very unusual. It's based on the assumption that God, in the Bible, created the earth in 6 days and rest on the seventh, so therefore we all rest on the seventh now. But what we do on the seventh day is a matter of interpretation. It's interesting that people who go and exercise on the Sabbath day sometimes get judged, but those that are judging sit around and lie around their house slothfully and watch TV all day and don't do very much. And I don't see a God up above that looks down with the camera and, look, they're running, you record that. Number three, have you ever thought about if there is an afterlife? Does it really matter the knowledge that we have in this life? Is it applicable in the next life? The knowledge that we would carry from our profession would be obsolete, or how we ran a Mac computer, or even some of the stories that we believed in, that Jonah was swallowed by a whale. Does that really matter? Noah and the ark, does that really matter? Or any other religious stories that we believed in isn't really about how we lived our lives. Number four, if you ask people about barriers of why they don't work out, usually time is the number one barrier. I don't have time for that. But then follow that up with the question on which Netflix series they've watched, and they can tell you a number of them. Number five, I think we can all agree that some of the poorest decisions that we can ever make in our life is based around the consumption of alcohol. Most of those poor decisions that people make, they usually keep close to their chest. But there are a lot of poor decisions that people make. I remember I made a poor decision once about 3 years ago. I agreed to go through a McDonald's drive-thru. That wasn't a good night. Number six, I think that when we drive vehicles, it really represents our true colors. A lot of things that people do out on the road are usually based on accidents or ignorance, and they didn't mean to do things, but we react in ways that really reflect of what is really going inside of us. If we were to apply this in face-to-face interactions, I don't think it would work very well. Because we have to deal with the accountability of those interactions. If someone cut out in front of me in a grocery store with their shopping cart, I wouldn't pass them on the right and give them a dirty look and flip them off and yell at them. Number seven, I've been doing some meditation and yoga lately, and I had a thought that came to me. I thought about our own personal accountability in this world and the decisions that we make that affect everybody as a whole. And my question is this: if everybody was doing what we were doing, would the world be a better place? Peace. Number three.